And we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. All of you wonderful tar-loving souls, and for all of you new subscribers, thank you so much again. Everyone who is tagging along and following along. We are day 42 of 365 days of guitar practice. And for all of you returning subscribers, you know what's up. We're going to do an intro here in just a bit. However, today I was going to have like this soft bluesy, kind of soft, silky Saturday blues. Got the old loop station pulled out. However, I'm not smiling a lot because I've been in the rabbit hole this afternoon. It's not been a good rabbit hole, but we're not going to spoil it for just yet. But I have something to throw out to some of you who may have one of these. But anyway, let's get into, oh, and by the way, if you're brand new, I'm Jay Wills, old dude getting back into music, starting to play guitar, learning it from scratch after 22 years. I played some other instruments, but guitar is relatively new. So with that, let's do a quick little intro. It's a new intro, been fiddling with since yesterday. And outside of my practice this morning, that thing has consumed me all day. But, so let's fire this up. Go through a little intro, which is kind of fun. And then we'll talk about the RC600 loop station. All right, but for now, should I slide into that? It doesn't matter. Ooh, that's got an echo to it that it didn't have before. We'll roll with it. I know what's wrong. There we go. I got all the straps locked. No, not on this one. Well, let's start that over again. New intro. That has got an echo. We'll get out to pause. Yep. That's why we're here, folks. That is real. This thing is echoing terrible. What is going on? It's got to be something to the loop station. Ugh. We'll continue. Go into the solo. That's not the intro, but it is annoying and frustrating when your gear is interfering with your stuff. But that struggle is real. That's why we're here, and that's why we practice. We'll get into all this nonsense. Man, again, another change. I threw that down this morning. Anywho, welcome back to the channel. You know, that struggle is real on gear, and gear just not performing like you want it to. All right, but first things first, if you're still hanging out, how this normally rolls, I hit a little intro, which normally is a lot better than that. Ugh. Again, that'll throw off your whole afternoon. Hit comments. If you're nice enough to bang on that keyboard and leave some comments, the very next video, because I'm doing this every single day for the next year, and thank you for letting me torture your eardrums, I will acknowledge your comments and any recommendations you may have. So with that, let's roll with that. Then we'll get back this little struggle bus of a mess. Anything that interrupts my playing time and having fun kind of annoys me just a little bit. But again, that's why we're here. That's why that struggle is real. And I'm not the only one that probably has went through that at all. So, all right, first things first, get a little, where's my normal stuff? It's been an afternoon, it has. Okay, so at iRock 5150, welcome back, brother. Tuesday for triads or Thursday for triads? We're going to go Tuesday, Triad Tuesday, Tele Thursdays for right now. That'll probably change. Just, I don't know, we'll rotate it in. At Perfect James 8223, welcome back, brother. There's a button on the right side. It says panel. If you leave it on panel, it won't change on you all the time. Then you can change the clean distortion lead and brown yourself, but those amps are fun. I got two of them. Nice. That's, yep, right there. I'm not using that tonight. I'm going through the Peavey. Because last night, same thing, struggle bus is real. Got annoyed with that because it kept, I turned it off, turned it back on, sounds different. I'm like, damn. Then I got to keep fucking around with it until it sounds cool. The Peavey on my intro, my new intro that I was playing with last night, I did a quick little short last night. I was so tickled. The first run of that short was a little rough, but the last two little riffs turned out pretty cool. Put it into the Peavey right off the bat, boom, sounded cool. However, I won't get into the rant just yet, but the Peavey sounds a little bit different because there must be an effect on this that's causing it to echo, because if I plug that in straight, it doesn't, because I just plugged this in, or I've been playing with this all afternoon. Anyway, thank you for that. I will play around with that later on for sure. At Mustang Bassman, keep rocking, mate. You're very inspirational. Oh yeah, that's on the short. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had to get that short because I was so tickled that the Peavey sounded the way it did, just raw. And I'm getting to a point. I'm not there yet, but I'm finding that I just like good amp and cab. Ooh, that's it. Pedals are awesome. I'm just needing to get better and more proficient on how to organize them into my setup. So it's not the pedals themselves. I know it's user error. However, it still doesn't. There's still frustration there. At dude4388, when the cats start running for cover, you know you got something good. F it Friday, absolutely, yes, and they're all gone. Especially when I get into that crunchy stuff. It's just awesome. At Kurt James 8223, J. Will's brother, there are 5 positions on A minor. Check those out. Will do. You're doing so good. I think you're improving faster than most of the soul folks. Oh, well, thanks, man. Well, hey, you know what? A minimum hour and a half of dedicated, structured practice, plus probably another 20, 30 minutes, and sometimes more of just fucking around time, every single day since March 23rd. That'll do her. I'm glad it's showing. I'm glad it's it feels like things are better, but then there's other times that just nothing works, and I'm just like, kind of crazy. At Chris Lawson 793. Oh yeah, brother. Oh, thanks, man. Oh yeah, on the short. Yeah, that was a fun little short. I was just so stoked that came out. At Risk Games, Pantera. Hold on. At day 37. Oh yeah, rock and roll. I think I was wearing a Pantera shirt that day. Hell yeah. I am gonna get down. If there's any covers I want to do, like 5 Minutes Alone has got. I mean, there's all kinds of awesome songs, but the riffs and the jam on 5 Minutes Alone. Also, that song just hit really hard. And those of you who know the lyrics of that song and the story behind that song, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't worry about it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. It's not worth it. But for those of you who are familiar with that story of Pantera and all of that, that song hit really hard for me, which is why I love that song. So at Pokestop Finds, do you do lives? Yes, I will. I'm going to be starting that. Hopefully within a week or so. I am running into more gear issues than I realize. For people who stream, they have some different setups apparently that I don't have just yet. But that doesn't mean I can't get them. At Brother Laughing Horse, smiley face. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, the short. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. At Liquid Fire Painting 1169. Keep it up, bro. It only gets better from here. Oh, nice. On the short. Hell yeah. It's fun. That was, like I said, that intro riff is going to be a song for sure. At Punker Paul, your progress is amazing. Keep on it, brother. I also made the mistake of putting down music for 2 decades. 40s now, been in the woodshed for the past 2.5 years, but stepping on the stage soon. You got this. Oh, dude, that's awesome. And yeah, I like that woodshedding term. I actually looked that up to see what that really was. Yes, we are definitely woodshedding. Jay Wills is woodshedding hardcore, and we'll be continuing for the next year. Every morning, every evening, and then late into the evening. It's been every single day. At Nicky Wright 1962, sounds like the start of The Struggle is Real. Yes, that's going to be a new song, 100%. At Nicky Wright 1962, Friday Fiddle Diddling Day, idea. Let me speed read through this. Yeah, definitely. I'm always down for different ideas. Heck yeah. And yeah, well, I'll be, the Flying V will be my present to myself. Maybe I'll get that instead of the cab. Who knows if I hit 1,000 subs? Who knows? Maybe instead of the EBH. Who knows? You never know. Because those guitars aren't cheap either. At R Guitar 78, came across your vids a couple of days ago. As a guitarist removed from the stage for the last 12 years, I found a lot of motivation from your series. Oh, thanks, man. Welcome to the struggle. I am now going through your vids in order. You're up to 41 now. Yeah. Oh, what day are you on? Oh, day 3. Oh, rock and roll, man. Yeah. Day 3 has been a minute. I am looking forward to watching your progress and hanging out for the good vibes. Hell yeah, man. Welcome, for sure. All right, make sure you didn't miss anyone. All right, yeah. Time to rant. it's not a bad rant. I mean, it takes almost a massive earthquake to put me in a bad mood these days. However, check this out. All of you guys who are gearheads and that may have this, I was so excited to plug this thing in today. Fired it up, got the Terminator out. Cause Terminator's just like super badass guitar. One of my newer ones. And I was so stoked. I was like, let me just throw this intro riff down and then let me just do a little soloing over the top of it, right? No. Sort of. It sort of worked. Check out what's going on. And then we're going to scrap it. I'm going to unplug everything. And then we're going to go and do a little soft blues to chill the nerves a bit. Again, not frustration, just like, ugh, I guess it is frustration. So I'm just going to lay down just a little like basic riff. This is basically what I did. And it sounds cool when it plays back. It sounds cool. The problem with it is you'll see shortly, make sure the old camera's solid where we need it. Yeah, we're good. All right. So, if it's on, you have to do this right immediately because it, it does that. Oh, come on. That's cool, right? This is what's not cool. The volume, when I go to solo, now if I want to put on the top of this, check this out. Barely hear what I'm playing now, even like way down here. Just so quiet. See, you probably didn't even hear the little bit of soloing in there because it's just blasting this out. So anyway, we're going to turn this off, plug all this shit for now. I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned way of doing it and not use that. So, anywho, that's my dilemma on that. And again, towards the very end of the day, when this is a decently sized book, most of it's not in the language that I prefer. And that's not anything against those languages, it's just the fact that I can't understand them. So it has a very short section of setup and whatnot, which is handy. And I went through all that multiple times, but then just hopped online and was just digging around that whole world. And I think within the last like 5 minutes before hopping on tonight, I basically realized we'll just sit down and yap about the, you know what, let me move the camera down just a little bit. Sorry, everyone. Actually, no, we're good. I'll leave it there. That's fine. So, yeah. It's apparently there's, from what I've read, asked the AI Google finally. I was like, hey, what's the best way to set this up? And apparently it's not preferred to run. So I thought you could just take the loop station and plug it in like a pedal, right? So I got, got the old Boss tuner pedal down here, right? I was like, well, let me just, kind of like daisy chain them together. That ought to work, right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. So it's kind of a pain. Kind of disappointing. But again, I'll figure it out. I've seen there's so many people online and on YouTube that use this thing to produce and create music. However, I have come to the realization that I don't think they're using a Peavey 2x12 guitar cab as their output speaker. I thought you could do that and just, run everything through it. Apparently, you have to have a PA system or some kind of monitors, apparently, which I have a pair of. There's an old pair of monitors and a sub down there. They're basically just, like the computer speakers, but just a little bit upgraded above that. Nothing too crazy or special about them. However, I suspect I need to get, come on now, a set of monitors or a PA or something along those lines. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that is going to be what it is. So we're going to go back to just a little bit of chill and some playing because we'll go clean. Let's clean that up. There we go. Okay. So, completely different change of gears. Ooh, it had been a minute since I played you, girl. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Ooh, been a minute. Big old butts getting in the way. I'm not used to that. It's all good. I do have the strap situation sorted out. I just didn't get the locks put on that strap, which I want to use on this guitar. But I pinned everything else, pinned all the other guitars. I have one strap left to deal with. So let's see. We'll come back to a little Triad Tuesday-ish work. Has a bright setting on it, which is kind of cool. Oh, there we go. On for this. See what I'm doing, and it's a little blurry over here. It's a little dark over here in the corner. And I'm just getting into triads as of Tuesday this week. Haha. Playing around with adding a note down low, which kind of sounded cool this morning. Again, I was on a completely different guitar. See, we got an issue with it. See, what the fuck? Does this have a switch issue? What's going on? Uh-oh. Hello? Oh, here we go. This is also a Craigslist buy guitar. Maybe that's why I was selling it. I don't say it was selling it cheap, but... Oh, no way! Oh, seriously? Oh, check that out. Yeah, probably got a little issue with the switch. Ah, what a bummer. Well, here's what it is. That's why we practice while we're here. Stuff happens. It's affecting the output, though. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, look at that, dead as shit. Huh. Well, that's why these are live and unedited and unscripted. Shit happens sometimes. Well, that is a bummer. Huh. Well, doesn't mean we can't grab the old standby. Not that you're the old standby, but let's grab the Tele. Jeez. Ay, 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 ay. See? Damn, that's a bummer. That's a total bummer. Well, here's what it is. Had it this morning. This is it's a bunch of finger gymnastics, but it sounded really good. Hell with those. Fat fingers hitting that E string. Such a beautiful triad. It really is. Just calms the mood down, doesn't it? Heck yeah. And let's go a little more volume. Let's go not as much bass. Do a little mid. Keep the treble there. Let's go even more. Let's go brighten that up. What happens there? I think it's time to morph into the Ethereum a little bit, folks. That's why we call it practice, and just kind of having a sultry Saturday. Grab. Oh, soft pick. That's what I have been. There we go. Let's do that. Little boxo picks. Let's get a little softy in there. There we go. It's got a little bit of bend to it because it's a little softer mode. There we go. going for a bit. Yeah. That's why we practice. Guitars will do that to you. Oh, yes, and we are at a little over 30 minutes. Any of you are still watching, you wonderful guitar souls. Yes, it's always good to smell things out a little bit with some of that, because the Tele matched with the clean channel on the old Peavey will 100% do that. And we can leave you plugged in. It's not to worry about the battery dying. Although I will put this up. It is what it is. All righty. Day 42 in the bag. And we're going to come back and keep fiddling with this for the rest of the evening, because I do not want to give up on that. However, I do believe that there's going to be some different connection and little devices that I may need to add into this whole setup to be able to demonstrate use successfully and not be overpowered and be underpowered and all that kind of stuff. Anywho, all right, I do believe that is all. Peace. See you tomorrow.